Oleksandr Usyk further cemented his place as one of boxing's greats by stopping Daniel Dubois in round 5 to become a 3-time undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The Ukrainian.
No. Let me correct you there. He's not 3-time undisputed champion.
That's what it says here.
No, but that's incorrect.
So
he's 3-time undisputed boxing champion. So
not in heavyweight. It's different weights.
It's 2 in heavyweight, 1 in cruiser.
2 in heavyweight and 1 in cruiser. So,
the Ukrainian did put on an absolute masterclass in front of 90,000 fans at Wembley Stadium to dash Dubois' dreams of becoming the first Briton to unify the division in the 4-belt era. Usyk, 38, put Dubois down twice in the 5th, and the Londoner was unable to return to beat the count the second time. He also stopped Dubois, as we know, in 2023 and extended his perfect record as a professional to 24 victories. We saw him after having a laugh and a joke with Derek Delboy. He said, "Yo, can you stop beating us up?" And he was going, "Nah." And he showed his love for the UK. He's, obviously won gold at the Olympics
2012.
in 2012. He's, all of these big fights have been in London, really, haven't they? So when we're talking about the Mount Rushmore of boxing, when we're talking about, names that really should be in the category, the bracket of the Muhammad Alis, of the Lonnie Listons.
Did you say Lonnie Liston?
Sorry, Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston.
Sorry. I mean, this guy, he goes about his business in such a kind of, I wouldn't say...
ruthlessly efficient.
That's the perfect way to describe him. And you were at the fight, so talk to us about the atmosphere and how good he was and how good he is and how he shall be remembered as one of the true greats of the sport now, surely.
Yeah, I mean, first up, it was an amazing atmosphere. I mean, I got there a little bit late because the traffic was horrendous, but that's another story. But I got there a little bit late, so I only saw one of the undercard fights. But then even that was soon to be forgotten.
It was out Coley.
Yeah, that was a dreadful fight.
Looking a bit overweight as well, Coley.
Yeah, he's
has to go up there, isn't he?
Yeah. But in terms of the main event, I mean, Usyk put on a masterclass. Like you said, quite rightly, they fought previously in 2023. So there is some backdrop to the fight. They fought in 2023 in Poland. Usyk won that fight by 9th round TKO, I believe. But in the 5th round of that fight, there was a controversial incident where Dubois attempted to land a body shot. Usyk went down, said it was low. Referee sided with him, giving him time to recover. He recovered. He went on to stop Dubois a couple of rounds later. But I think what people need to understand is, even if you think the punch was legal or illegal, like me personally, watching it at the time, I thought the punch was legal. It was borderline. But that kind of overrides a lot of what went on in the fight. So, for example, Usyk was dominating both before that incident and after that incident. I think that's important to remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, going into this fight, because Dubois had been on a recent tear, the man had been he'd refound himself. Back-to-back wins over Jarrell Miller stopped him. Filip Ergovic stopped him. Blew away AJ in that fight at Wembley. So coming into this fight, a lot of people thought he had a real chance. He did have a chance. Big, strong guy. Probably the hardest punching heavyweight in the division. But Usyk is on another level, man. And on Saturday, he showed that. It was a sensational performance. Funny thing is, I was chatting to Flex off air. I did a little thing for LL Sports. I was at the fight. And it was my perception at the time, and I could have got a bit carried away because the crowd, certainly where I was, very pro-Dubois. And we were willing him on being a London boy and stuff like that. I thought he won the first round. Thought Usyk won the second round. But I thought there was arguments for certainly giving Dubois the third round. But you could see, even if he was in the fight, things were starting to change after the second round. Usyk just had that extra little bit of class about him.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't have him for any rounds. I just thought Usyk was so dominant, and that jab. And I'm not no boxing expert. I'm a casual. I'm a heavyweight casual. I just love to see big heavyweights box each other and knockouts. But I just feel like Usyk just was not even out of second gear. Like
didn't need to be.
He didn't need to be. He just had him on that jab, and he just kept plowing away. And whenever Dubois tried to land like a big shot, like one of those big punches that you talk about, it's like Usyk would just immediately check him again and be like, hey. Don't take those risks, because if you do, I'm going to put you on this floor.
It's levels.
And obviously, I know that, I think he had an injury previously. Like, I was speaking to my mate and he was telling me about an injury that Dubois had previously. So maybe, I don't feel like he left that fight with everything on the table. I feel like he when they threw the towel in, I didn't really see that. But when he left that fight, he got back up and walked out. And it was just like, if you're gonna beat Usyk, you surely know that you got to go to the trenches. You surely know that you've got to be almost unconscious if you want to win this. And how badly do you want to win it? And it just felt like at the end, it was just such a sad way to just end the fight when clearly he wasn't done.
But you know what? You are right about that up to a point.
You know
but I'm
going
to give Daniel Dubois some credit here. See, the thing is, when you're fighting a guy like Usyk, it's not just as simple as I'm going to jump on him, because he's not that guy. I mean, Dubois ambushed AJ, but with respect to AJ is not on the level of a Usyk. He doesn't have that skill set. He doesn't have the feet. Doesn't have the defense. So when people are saying, "Oh, he needed to just jump on him," and it's not as simple as that, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, I think
because Usyk is levels. You can't just think you're going to ambush
Oh
him
no,
and jump
absolutely not. But I'm saying, like, I don't feel like the fight should have ended when it did.
Yeah.
It felt, as a viewer, it felt too early.
I think the manner that he got up after the 10 count and walked to his corner gives the perception that, like, nah, man, you quit. You could have carried on. When you see that left hook,
that left hook
that he gave him when the gum shield comes flying out, bro.
the Ivan, bro.
The Ivan, yeah. What is it, Ivan? Oh, it's Ukrainian name. Yeah. He's big man. Oh, my name's Ivan. Yeah, Usyk's funny. He's wicked, man.
Yes.
But he's like you said, he's just levels above. And
Levels
actually,
above.
what actually happened? I know, like we spoke about it because you were there. Obviously, when you're high up in the rafters, you can see.
I'm watching it on the big screen.
And you can see Dubois if you're actually watching the ring. You can see him coming forward a bit.
That's right.
I'm telling you, man. If you'd see it on TV, the only time I saw him actually land a shot on Usyk was the punch that was actually similar to that fight in Poland. That was the contentious,
the body shot.
disallowed, illegal blow.
Which was a low blow.
Which went down as a low blow. Some people still say it wasn't. Some people wasn't. I think it was probably just.
Probably just.
But then Usyk took it and did that and kind of smiled to say, "You doing this again?"
Did that a few times.
That's the only kind of clean shot that I saw. And actually, what I did see in the first round, as soon as he as soon as the bell went, Usyk hit him with a jab, like just straight away.
Yeah.
And it almost just set the tone of Dubois going, fucking hell, this is. And even Usyk, like, you don't normally see him. He was loading up the backhand big as well. Like, I was like, he normally tries to dismantle him, people slowly and work them out.
Bro, he was quick.
It was like he wanted to cause some damage, some serious damage. And
Well,
he did.
there's been a lot of conjecture in the run up to the fight. So Don Charles, who's Dubois' lead trainer, he'd been throwing it out there that Usyk could cheat.
Yeah, he's saying you're actor and this, that.
You call yourself a man of God, but how can you be a man of God when you deliberately... So stuff like
Who
that...
told them to say that?
Yeah, exactly. So what you saw with Usyk on Saturday night was an even more focused and determined champion. And you got to remember as well, Usyk, and a lot of people probably don't understand the full weight of what I'm trying to say. He's not just fighting for himself, bro.
Yeah,
he's a man of God, and he's fighting for his country. I mean, the amount of Ukrainian fans that I saw at that fight as well... Surprising, man. I know he's boxing.
That's all I heard.
That was ringing in my ear.
That's all I heard.
Yeah, that was ringing in my ear from the minute I got to Wembley, even the surrounding areas. Like
They
the
love
amount
him.
of
And he loves them. You can see
Yeah.
he says, "You're the best, thank you." The UK is a very special place in Oleksandr Usyk's heart. And if we are comparing him to the greats, can we get that back up from the source of boxing, him being compared there to Muhammad Ali? Both of them are 6'3". Both of them with that 78-inch reach. Both of them are 3 times undisputed. Both won gold medals in the Olympics. Both born on January the 17th. Do you know who else was born on January the 17th?
You.
And is 6'3". Me.
So you're only a few more accomplishments off being what they've done, yeah?
Hey,
What have they got over you?
put them boots away, get the gloves on. Man. No, but you know what I would say about that? I mean, things like,
But where does he rank? Tell us.
Yeah, these things are subjective. So the way I like to process it is, I just think Usyk is definitely an all-time great. He would have hung in any era. But to say he would have been better than Ali, and I don't really want to go there. I think that's a little
I don't think
bit...
that's the question, though. The question is, can he? Because before we went on air, you said, Flex, he can sit at that table.
He can
eat a
he
meal.
can go for a
He
meal
can
with
pull
them,
up a
man.
chair
Oh, absolutely.
and
he can.
start
If it was
Absolutely
this,
can.
maybe with some more seats, with like the absolute greats, his
One
place,
thing I
his
would
name
say,
cards
though,
there,
if
and
you
he can
look
sit
at
down and
Ali,
eat.
in my opinion anyway, again, it's this subjective. I think the heavyweights in Ali's days were better than they are now.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, so you have to factor that into the equation as well. I mean, across the pond, people in America are saying, yes, Usyk is great, but he's only beaten British fighters really at heavyweight. And there is some kind of credence to that.
No, because,
that's not his
because
fault.
look at
It's
the
not-
Americans,
that's
bro.
all he's
What's he
got.
going to do? Fight Jarrell Miller, bro?
Well,
done that.
no, I think what they're saying is in Ali's era, the heavyweights were better.
Yeah, but that's why it's hard to compare eras, though.
exactly.
But you can only beat, and he's
Pele
come
You
from
can only beat what's in front of you,
and
isn't
he's
it?
come from cruiserweight and cleaned them all out.
And it's true,
Tyson
because when
Fury
you-
was supposed to be,
and it didn't
you
do
know,
it.
the Gypsy
Yeah,
King thing.
yeah.
Cleaned him out twice.
Cleaned him out.
AJ brought British boxing back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Twist him
Cleaned
up.
him out twice.
And when I look at the names that like Parker, I'm sorry, all these brothers just look like they're gonna get smoked.
No, they will.
And this goes
I'm not
to an
seeing
argument that a lot of us.
58 as well, by the way.
This goes to an argument that quite a few people are having in the arena after. You may have seen I did a little thing on my channel with my son Daryl from the Boxing Lowdown. And we was arguing quite vociferously. Like my son was saying, he should retire now. He's done a lot. Just leave on a great note,
doesn't
which
want
is
to.
which is plausible. But I'm saying to him, look, you know what? I'm not so sure because, okay, he's 38, but he's unbeaten and he's winning these fights with relative ease.
Yeah.
So why should you retire?
100%
And
agree.
you made the very good comparison with Messi and Ronaldo. Why would they want to retire when they're still like Ronaldo's still winning?
You don't
things
get
in
when
Portugal?
you're a great.
Yeah.
You don't get told.
You write your
when
own
to.
rules.
You write your own rules, especially when he's like you say winning by such big margins. If he'd won that fight with Dubois and it was a 12-round slog,
Yeah.
he fractured his eye socket. He dislocated one of his
No,
wrists.
you're
or
right,
something
you're
was wrong, but he still got the points thing. You go, boy, but what cost though, Alexander? What cost? Look at you, man. You're 38. You've just dislocated your shoulder doing that, but you managed to
banged
hold
up.
on with one arm and thing. Do you really need to be doing this? No, bro. Man weren't even out of first gear, bro.
And, you
he's
also,
cleaned out
you
the
know,
whole division.
You know what's also
If anything, if him staying, we're going, boy, what's left? Who's there to fight?
Exactly.
If they, do you know what I mean?
and the thing is as well, right? Coming into this fight, a lot of people who know their boxing gave Dubois a real chance. Because like I said, he was on a tear. Recent run of form, he's looking confident. He blew AJ away. So everyone was saying that this is the 2.0 version of Dubois.
And now he got humbled.
Usyk
quick.
just handled the 2.0 version easier than he did 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So he's showing no noticeable signs of his skills diminishing or deterioration. So why wouldn't he fight
And
on?
that quote there is unreal. That's the mentality. I don't have motivation. I have discipline.